Welcome to an overview on unit test. This video is meant for students enrolled in a math class through the Math Learning Center at American River College or the Natoma Center. Let's get started. In this video, we will go over some frequently asked questions about unit test, and then if you stay to the end of this video, I'll give you a brief demonstration on how to take a unit test and review the results. Let's start by answering some frequently asked questions from students. What is covered on a unit test? Each unit test covers 2 modules worth of material. Content for unit tests may come from the media lessons, homework assignments, pre-test, workbook pages, and textbook for both modules covered. What score do I need to get on a unit test? To demonstrate mastery, you must earn a 70% or higher on each unit test. What if I do not score 70% or higher on the unit test? You will need to review your unit test attempt. We suggest meeting with a tutor or your instructor to go over any missed problems. You can also complete one of the optional extra practice assignments available in Canvas. These are located in the same module as the unit test, and then you'll need to retake the unit test. What do I need to do to be eligible to take a unit test? You need to complete both pre-tests at 90% or higher and complete the previous unit test with a 70% or higher. When is the unit test due? For specific dates, please see the course roadmap or calendar in Canvas. However, the unit tests should be completed either before class or during class time on the due date. Can I take the unit test late? Yes, you can take the unit test after the deadline without penalty. Please speak to your instructor if you need to take the unit test late. What resources are allowed during a unit test? You can use a pen or a pencil, scratch paper, which will be provided for you in the Math Learning Center. You can use a scientific calculator. Please see the syllabus for specific version requirements. Any allowed technology websites such as Desmos will be included in the unit test. Where do I take my unit test? For in-person classes, you will take your test in the testing room in the Math Learning Center. Please make sure to bring your student ID with you. Please see the MLC testing hours in Canvas so that you are aware what hours we are open for testing and the last time to start a test each day. For online classes, you will take the unit test online in Canvas. Is there a time limit for a unit test? Unit tests are designed so that students can complete them within 60 to 90 minutes. However, we do have to insert a time limit on the unit test. The time limit is set for 12 hours or until the Math Learning Center closes for in-person testing. Please see the MLC testing in Canvas for the in-person testing hours. How do I prepare for a unit test? First, start by completing both module pre-tests with a 90% or higher. We recommend that you complete the optional practice quiz available in Canvas as an extra step to help prepare you for the unit test. Now let's go over how to take a unit test and review the results. Here are the navigation steps, and then I'll show you how to do this in Canvas. Start by logging into Canvas. Click on the modules link, locate the unit test module, then click on the unit test you wish to take. You will need to click on the button to launch the exam in a new window. For in-person sections, a staff member will insert the password for you. Once the password has been inserted, click Start to begin the exam. When you're finished, be sure to click Submit. Now let me show you how to start an exam and then review it when you're done. To locate the unit test module from the home page in Canvas, go over to the upper left-hand side and click on the modules link. Scroll down until you find the unit test module that you would like to complete. This is the first unit test for our Math 300 course, but these directions really apply to all of our courses. Within this module, you'll find an introduction to unit test, the actual unit test, some post-exam information, and some additional practice assignments. Start by clicking on the introduction. Read through the information about the unit test for your course, including the testing format and the scoring information. When you're ready to start the exam, click Next at the bottom of the page. Once you locate the unit test, you'll see a final readiness checklist, which includes information about what you need to have done to be eligible to take the unit test. When you're ready to start, press the button to load the unit test in a new window. Read through the instructions. If you're taking the test in person, you'll need to have a password inserted for you. Once the password's been inserted for you, click on the Start button on the left-hand side. Once you press Start, you'll see a reminder that this assessment has a time limit. Once you start the assessment, the timer will not pause for any reason. You need to confirm that you're ready to start. Note that if you temporarily get disconnected from the internet, all you need to do is restart your internet browser, log into Canvas, and navigate back to this test. You will still be able to access the exam during the time limit. Press Start to start the timer. Please read through the instructions one last time. You'll be able to access the resources, including the Desmos calculator and any other allowed technology websites for the exam. We recommend using the Desmos scientific calculator as a floating calculator during your exam. When you're ready to start, click on the button that says First Question on the lower left-hand side. To navigate through the questions, use the pull-down menu on the upper left-hand side or the left and right arrows. Let's go over to the upper right-hand side to look at the information. We can see that the timer is running. My progress is being continuously saved because I am connected to the internet. When I am ready to submit my test, I will need to press the Submit and End button. Please do not press this button until you have answered all of the questions on the exam. This is the resource button where I can access the Desmos calculator at any point during the exam. Leave the equation editor on during your exam. Below the test information, you'll see specific question details. For this question, I can see it is worth 5 points and my current score is 0 out of 5 points. And I have 2 tries for this problem. I cannot regenerate this question during the exam. I'm allowed to try this question 2 times. If I want to check my first answer, just press the Check Answer button underneath the question. Since I still have 1 attempt left, I can change my answer, then resubmit it at any point. Now I've correctly answered this question and I can move on to the next question. Work through all of the 20 questions on your exam. Once you've finished all the questions, press the Submit and End button. Notice the message that pops up. There appears to be unattempted questions. After submitting, you will not be able to change your answers. Are you ready to submit? If you're not ready to submit, then hit the Cancel button. In this case, I'm going to say OK. If you'd like to review the questions you missed right after you take the exam, click on the Review Questions button. Let me show you how to review your test results from a previous attempt. Let's go back to the Canvas homepage. If you'd like to review the answer from your test, just head back to the module's length, scroll down to the unit test module, and click on the unit test. Press the button to load the unit test in a new tab. Notice from this page, I can either retake the test or review my attempt in the gradebook. If I click on Review Work, I'll be able to see the questions and the answers from my previous test. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.